This is one of those interesting things where directors often tell me that like they have the movie pulled away from them, but this is one of these situations where you've had a ton of time to be able to do post. What has it been like for you?
It's definitely the first time, first for me in this franchise. I'm used to going from final mix, coming out of the Hitchcock stage at Universal, seeing the sun come up, jump in a car, go to the airport, fly to London for the UK premiere, and I think for us this time to be able to sit and really kind of play with every frame, it's definitely the silver lining, I think, in this whole journey to finish this film.
One of the things I'm curious about is this is the second to last film. There's Fast 9 and then Fast 10. From the inception, did you guys design this as a two-parter, knowing that this is basically near the end?
I usually, when we started, part of our philosophy was that a sequel is not a given. So let's do whatever we can and really kind of like service this chapter. And, it worked really well. But I think coming back, and I think for the last 10 years, I've been talking to Vin and the subject of like end of the saga. It was just kind of something we discussed. And I have to say that, coming back, this is the first time I've allowed myself to say, okay, well, let's talk about it as the final chapter. And we knew that the real estate was going to expand past one film. And so it's been very liberating to be able to kind of work, and to allow ourselves to really kind of think that way.
You're basically saying it ends on a cliffhanger? What?
It could be anything. So
sure. I joke around about this, but I've been wondering who's going to get to outer space first, the Fast and Furious franchise or Tom Cruise? So what will it take for the Fast franchise to get to outer space? Is it in Fast 9 or could it be in Fast 10?
I think through the years, it's part of the fun is to come up with crazy ideas to challenge ourselves, but I have to say, I think, we never do it just for the sake of shock value or just to, it always takes something from the theme or the character journey. And I could say that, when I was working on Fast 9, there was a thread that felt very appropriate to take us to places we've never gone to. And I drove to Vin's house and I sat down with them and we looked at each other and we're like, okay, this is the one that we're going to try. And it felt very appropriate. And so, I kind of can't wait to kind of share with the world because, the more we kind of push and do crazier, stunts and set pieces, I think the more we have to check ourselves to make sure we earn that.
Listen, there's a lot of characters to fill in this movie. And I love this franchise. And I'm always curious about the editing room. Can you talk about like how long is the movie? And did you end up with a lot of deleted scenes?
The movie is I don't know what the final count was. It definitely, I could tell you, this movie could have been 6 hours if we wanted to, because I love all these characters. And I think a lot of times when I sit down with each actor and we talk about the character, it always sucks because so much of what we talk about, we never see on screen, And so to be able to revisit a lot of these characters, it was to me, it was so fulfilling. But at the same time, I wanted to have more real estate. But I think we were very disciplined. I think part of it for me is to know that, we're not treating this as one film, And so I think there's a lot. There's a lot we're exploring. I think we're exploring this idea of sibling rivalry and conflict, family by blood for the first time on part 9. And to be able to do that, but also at the same time, bring a lot of these characters back. There's a lot going on, And so I feel good talking to you now because I know that, we were talking about it in multi-films as opposed to just one film.
Yeah, you could give me a 3-hour version of Fast 9. I'll take it. This is not a problem. Just hook me up. The vein is right here. I got to go, but hopefully it's a long movie. I really want to enjoy this.
It's definitely, it's very meaty. I'll tell you that.
Cannot wait.